Hello?
Makes me feel alive.
Yo, what's good, simps? So it is currently like 6 in the morning on Saturday. It's a perfect day for a regional if you ask me. Yeah, so today we're going to regionals. I'm about to get all my stuff together and hop in the car. This is the first regional that I've probably played in like 3 years. If you don't count the PPG extravaganza that I played about like a year and a half ago. Probably more than that by now. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna do like a quick rundown of like my deck profile before we leave, and then I'm gonna get everything together, and then we're gonna be on our way, man. Again, like I haven't played regionals in like 3 years. It's gonna be cool to see all of my friends. I'm gonna pick up some stuff. Got some stuff that we need to get while we're at the event, and yeah, it's gonna be exciting. So without further ado, let's go. Let's get rolling. All right, so here's a list that I'm going to play for the event. I'll go into more detail in the profile after, towards the end of the video. But anyway, so it's going to be double of all the Synchrons, 1 trail, 1 illumination, and 3 overtake. That's the Synchron package that I opted for. And then adventure stuff, so 3 enchantress. I mean, like this stuff is pretty standard, right? So just like all this stuff, and then 2 small world, and then there was 3 slots outside of like the non-engine that I wanted to include, so I decided to go with the souls package and the actual secret tech. We'll see how it actually performs in the tournament, but yeah, shout out Jad, he put me on the clown. And then the non-engine that I'm opting to play is 3 ash. Don't worry, we're gonna pick up more secrets at the event. 3 droll, 3 Veiler, and 3 Imperm. I won't show the side now. I'm just going to show the extra deck because we'll talk about the side after I play the tournament. So the extra is also like it's pretty standard. Ulti speeder, by the way. 1 Herald, 1 Jet, 1 Excel, 1 TG, 1 Charge. I did this over the Vanadium. 1 Stardust OG, 1 Excel Synchro Stardust, Crystal, Omega, Disbatter, Baron, Satellite Warrior, Crimson Dragon. So this is the deck that we're taking. Hopefully we can get there. We'll talk more about it after we play the event. All right, let's go. Let me get a got that McMuffin pack from the single boy. We kind of got bodied because they didn't have the bagel sandwich, but it's all good. It's gonna be fine. Just making a quick pit stop here. Got to get something in this before we go to the regional. So I'm playing Synchron, as you saw. I'm fairly confident in the list, but because I haven't really played in like a competitive scene in a while, outside of like 1 local when I went back to visit my boys in my hometown, I kind of feel like my chances are pretty slim, but I know my cards at the very least. The problem is I don't really know, what a lot of the top tier decks do. I've done what research that I could in the meantime, but I kind of feel like there's an O2 drop scenario in my future, and if not, then, it is what it is. I brought my Edison shit too, so if they're doing some sort of like Edison side event, I can hop in that also. I got a pretty spicy deck for that, so depending on how that goes, I might have some cool report for the profile for that. Speaking of, I'm gonna do like the round by round stuff, like the PPG vlog that I did a while back. So we'll talk about my matchups and shit, and like if I eventually do drop or whatever. So, yeah, I'm stoked. I am confident, like I said, but I don't know like how well it's all gonna like translate, because fucking so many decks in the format, which is cool. It's like, it's fine, but like, it is what it is. But yeah, so cards that are like on my radar, I need like pretty much the whole Sprite engine for things. I need a few other cards. I kind of want to get the terahertz shit. I need SP. I'm gonna need prosperity. We're looking to get a whole bunch of stuff. Some Edison stuff too. I'm uncertain how much of it I'm actually gonna be able to get. I mean, the vendors are there. There's gonna be plenty of duelists in the room. Usually we have like 500 or so. Anywhere between like 350 to 500 at our regional, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I am a well-behaved duelist, so I won't be driving and recording. So this is gonna be like the last little bit. I just kind of wanted to chat about like what my plans are for the event. O2 drop, play Edison, pick up cards. Sounds fun. But yeah, so I'll see you guys when we get to the venue. I got like a little over a 2-hour drive ahead of me still, so yeah, I'll see you guys in Kissimmee. Look at these duelists. Look at this duelist. You see this duelist? Are you on the goo?
Huh?
Are you on the goo too?
No, currently no goo at the moment.
Oh, you didn't have Infernoble? Damn, dude, not even the nobles?
Hey, get a zoom in on COVID.
On this, you do not have COVID.
No, I don't.
Okay, good. Thank God.
What you got?
He's trying to kill the whole regional.
He's gonna win one way or another.
Sprite Spring powers my vibrator.
Okay, well, I didn't ask. Did you? No. Is that what we're on?
No.
We're on the Vanadium goo? Oh God, here it goes.
Normal summon Vanquish Soul Rosin.
He about to go off.
Do not activate effect. Chain. Reveal fire, dark, blow monsters in column. Chain border reveal. Add back. Don't resolve to pop.
I always knew this guy was a crackhead. Are you guys ready for the sights?
Huh?
And the smells?
If I don't smoke, I sleep.
I bet. All right, we out here. The list is done. The duelists are in line. People are starting to pull up. There goes Jad again. We're locked in, man. I've checked my list, and I've checked it twice, or however that goes. We're gonna run it. All right, we just finished round one. Back at the whip. I played against like Runic, Adventure, Sprite, like not 60 card bullshit. It's actually funny as a guy at my logos. I've literally never beat this guy in a tournament setting, and I fucking 2-0'd him at regional, so that's cool. Game one, my hand was like fucking stupid. I like opened droll, and then I ended up like just like comboing like speeder, unaffected, whatever, chain block with Draco back and shit, and ended up making Crystal, Herald, Dispatter, Baron, but I ended up using Dispatter because he nibbed me because I was doing like this the unaffected speeder line, but I also had Excel so that I could not Excel, start Assault Synchron so that I could make like fucking like Baron or whatever, or Dispatter after I did the unaffected speeder, but he nibbed me, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
He tributes my board. I make the speeder, like I chain the Excel Synchro Stardust, make the speeder, tributes my board, and then I go, you know, on a new chain speeder, and then assault, bring back, and then blah blah blah. So anyway, I ended up making Crystal Wing in the extra monster zone, Baron, Herald, Dispatter, but I ended up using Dispatter to bring back Stardust Synchron, and I synchroed off the Herald because I did like a Charge Warrior, and I ended up drawing into a Veiler, so I was like, okay, well, I want to be able to like use my hand traps, so I synchroed off the Herald, searched the illusion, and then I just went ahead and used the illusion so I didn't draw the souls later. So used Soul, Send, Fateful, and then I drew a second Veiler, and he starts with Fateful, and then I draw, he concedes. Then the next game 2, we side. I open Lightning Storm, Droll, Imperm, and then combo. So once again, he starts playing. He activates Fateful again as his first card. I was like, damn, that's a yikes. And then he ends up searching the equip spell, and I droll him there. And he had a carrot from, or whatever the monster negate sprite is from starter. And he ends up like trying to activate, and then I imperm it, and then he passes. And then I draw, he goes for the Runic Quick Play, summons Hugin, and then I have Lightning Storm in my hand, so I make him use the Hugin. And his set card was the Runic, that's like the Quick Play, negate a monster. And I could have played around it by like equipping Draco back earlier, but it didn't matter because I ended up like having the recursion with Stardust, Synchron, and Grave, and I ended up like comboing into a board anyway with like Excel, because I had like assaults again and whatever. And while I was comboing, he just conceded. So yeah, that's my round 1. We're getting ready to go into round 2 here in a minute. I'm probably gotta take this fucking jacket off, but yeah, see you in the next one. All right, just finished round 2. I played against Pearly. I won the roll, full combo, and then Dark Ruler, and then Droll, and then he ended up getting access to Zeus and then wiped my board, and I had no recursion, unfortunately. So we packed up with the next game. Game 2, I went first, of course. I put in Cross Out and Dimensional Barrier. I'm siding D Barrier. Anyway, so I put those in. He goes draw phase shifter. I'm like, okay. Make speeder, and then he imperms, and I cross out imperm, and then I proceed to go like librarian, draw a shitload of cards, and then like make Dispatter, and then make Omega, because it was like hard to like do a bunch of stuff because I was under shifter. Like I couldn't use Excel Stardust. So he double hand trapped me, and then I Omega ripped him for 2, and he looks at his 1 card and just goes to the next game. Then, game 3, he starts, I open evenly an engine, and then I top deck Droll. It's funny because my opponent was like asking me if I had a response to his first search. And I'm like, it's okay, I'm gonna draw for turn, and of course I actually fucking drew for turn instead of more sideboard, so that's unfortunate. Anyway, so I go battle phase evenly, he solemns, and I'm like, yeah, well, happens. And he in draw phase, he yeeped into Noir. And then I go Faithful at Griffin special summon, because I had Rev, I was going to make Baron. Normal Rev, and then he, and I had a speeder play after, but, and then he flipped Summon Limit, and just like, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I can't beat Summon Limit. So, yeah, we lost round 2, but, you know, X1, early on, we could still win out. not really discouraged quite yet. I'll probably still play through X2, but yeah, I'm gonna go back inside, hang out, and see you after round 3. All right, just finished up round 3. I played against Unchained. I win the roll, which is cool, but then I opened all Adventure Engine and Trail with Droll. So like I was playing pure adventure apparently. So anyway, I just like summoned Griffin and like equipped Draco back to the token, and then he opened with the Rhoda, so I could like Droll him, even though Droll like pretty much does nothing. And then he just like popped my fucking shit in. He baited the Griffin with Tour Guide, because like, when am I supposed to like let it resolve? And then he just like summoned the big level 7 or 8 guy, and then like popped my token and just like attack with a bunch of big dudes. And then game 2, I had combo, and I put in Fenrir as well. It was basically just like the greedy side in, so that I could not only just like get advantage from it, but then I can like make a bigger board, because whenever you start with Fenrir plus combo, then you end up like getting like free heralds and crystal wings and stuff. But I ended up like normaling an Ash and making Baron with it, which was fine, because I was trying to like completely insulate my plays. And then I go into Excel with Jet and Griffin, and then whenever I make Excel Synchro Stardust affect target Jet, he goes Nib, and then I go Baron, and then he Bailers. So even if I like made it into Speeder, I probably could have like if I just went straight into Speeder instead, I probably could have made a board still, but I wouldn't have been able to make Baron. So I don't know exactly like what I would have done, because the only other 10 in my extra deck is Satellite. So I'm not too sure how like far that would have gotten me, but yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Isn't it Veiler? Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm playing Synchrons. So, yeah, it's fine, though. X2 is cool. The guys I lost to are apparently pretty good, so I'm going to keep playing. That might be Copium, but people told me that they're pretty good, so... X2 can make it still, so I'll probably keep playing. If I lose another one, I mean, it is what it is. Unless I lose, like, round 8, I'll probably play round 9 still, just because. Because, I mean, I might be the one X3 that squeaks in and gets my invite, so... But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go back inside, and, yeah, I'll see you guys after the next round. Alright, just finished round 4, and unfortunately that is the end of the line. Played Heroes. I actually won another die roll, which is kind of insane. I won every die roll today. So, I mean, I was lucky in that regard, so that's cool. But, game 1, I fucking full comboed him, double hand rip. It was broken. It was very broken. And then, game 2, I went second, and my hand was also broken, and he made Plasma, Enforcer, and then double back row. One was Rivalry, Prosperity into Rivalry. So he had like the Hero Trap, that's like the fusion card, and then if you have Neos, you get bonus effects. So he made Enforcer that way. I forget. It was just Plasma. It was Plasma and the Link Monster, and then he did that to get Enforcer out. So he does that. It's like whatever. I write, and then I activate Faithful, and then I activate Faithful Effect, and then he pops it with Enforcer. And I opened the Draco back. I drew for turn, and then I activated Draco back on the token, and it balances Rivalry. Normal summon the Clown, and Synchro Overtake, and then I specialed Enchantress from hand. I made a double 8, and then I tried to attack the Plasma, but I forgot that fucking, because it never came up whenever that card was relevant, but I forgot that Phoenix Enforcer reduced my attack, so I just killed my Omega, and then I scooped. But the Clown was kind of insane, so that was cool. But yeah, I kind of got bodied, kind of bodied myself. But that being said, I had no out. Like if I couldn't do it that way, there was no way I could get over the Plasma. Because I still had combo. Like I was gonna just like jet, pitch, and then make speeder after I killed the Plasma, make a board. But yeah, so that sucks. I don't play a guy big enough to beat it anyway. And he didn't have Honest Neos, so that was nice. And then game 3, I went first. He nibbed me, which is fine. I made Baron to Spatter because I thought that I could go on, but no, I couldn't. And I had cross out on my hand. And I don't side Nibiru, so I couldn't cross out as Nibiru, which might have been a mistake. It could have been an oversight to play the Veiler, but I just felt like the Veiler hit more. Maybe I could have sided the nibs, but what actually mattered was he had evenly. So in game 3, going first with cross out in the deck, I should have left one evenly in. So that was just like an error in side decking, I think. Because I totally could have left one evenly in and I wouldn't have drawn it either. Because the cards that I opened, I wouldn't have sided out for evenly. So yeah, that sucks. I'm going to hang out still, probably play some medicine, chill with the boys, grab something to eat. It's all good. But I'm going to profile the deck whenever I go back home. Probably play some more B-roll, maybe throw in some medicine stuff, and yeah.
All right, so just got back from the regional. Man, I forgot how mentally exhausting a full day of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like that is. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that I went. I do want to go back and do the in-depth profile now of what exactly I played. I feel like the list was very good, like I've said in the video, but there's really only like one change that I wish that I made to the sideboard, which I've already changed it, and I'll just explain what it was and etc. But anyway, yeah, the video has been long enough, so I'll just get right into the profile. There's not really like a whole ton to say with it. There's just some shit that I would like to talk about in the main, and just like one or two things in the extra. So yeah, again, this is the Synchron package. You know, just 2 ofs is perfect because the idea behind this is like, you know, you use this to make speeder, and then you summon this one off speeder, use it to make speeder, summon it off speeder, so on and so forth. Or rather, this guy, there's different lines with this and Griffin, which I didn't actually get to do a whole ton, which is kind of unfortunate because it's kind of like one of my favorite lines that are like available to you in the deck, which I'll get to whenever I go to the adventure package. But I played the overtakes over the tunings just because, like, while Droll isn't in everyone's main deck, pretty much everyone is siding it. I just didn't want to lose harder to that card. And also summoning from deck is just better than adding. And like, granted, this can only get Jet, but it can also summon back from grave. It can add to hand if you want, and it can summon from deck. And let's be honest, like, Jet is like the main one that you're going to be comboing with, because Jet plus token or Jet plus Griffin into Excel for immune speeder. So yeah, overtake was just the nuts. 3 only clogged once, but it didn't matter because like a lot of the time you just discard it. So yeah, it was fine. And I opened Illumination a lot, which was good though, because like if I did happen to get Droll, then I can play through it a lot easier, and it kind of helps you play through like hand traps in general. So yeah, that wasn't a super big deal. And I only opened Trail one time, and it was the hand where I opened the freaking Pure Adventure hand. It was like right Enchantress. It was like double Enchantress right, Trail, Droll. Yeah, it was bad. Anyway, and yeah, there's really nothing to say about this. This is what it is. The Foolish had a little extra utility in the list due to the Clown, which was very good. But yeah, not really a ton to talk about there. This was also very good. I did get to search this once. And also, like, when I first picked up the deck, I was playing this and I didn't really like it. I ended up cutting it for a little bit, but then I ended up putting it back in because I realized not only can you, like, there are some lines where you can synchro off the Herald, or you can just, you know, like when you negate with it, you can get this for follow-up. But there are some lines where you can use this as your non-tuner with Start a Synchron and make speeder that way, which is something that's kind of important. Just to have that like very niche interaction that kind of could just like turn dead hands more live, because most of the time it's like really awkward to combo if you don't have access to Rev or Jet. It's less so awkward with Assault, because you can like Faithful into Enchantress and get into speeder that way. But yeah, oftentimes, like with Stardust specifically, there's not really like a good line. Actually, there like is no line with the adventure package, so having this was nice. Although that didn't come up, I did end up making speeder with a Droll in one of my games, so that was something that happened. The Clown was also very good. So like the idea with the Clown is it allows Foolish Burial to act as a non-tuner that's not the adventure engine, because you're like maxing out on all the adventure stuff, and we're playing double small world as well, which I'll get back to this in a second. A lot of the times you'll have a lot of redundant hands that are like Enchantress Right Small World, or like Enchantress Foolish or Right Foolish. So this giving you the option to send Clown to get the level 4 non-tuner while mid-combo or trying to get your combo started was actually huge. I only opened the Clown one time, and it was, you know, if I had played like a different card in my extra deck, which would never come up except for that very niche scenario while I was trying to attack over the plasma, it would have been very good. But you know, Phoenix Enforcer was lowering the attack of all my guys. I was off by 100 with Omega into plasma, so that sucks. But yeah, the Clown also has a line with specifically Rev. We'll go back to talking about Rev now, where you can go Clown into Rev from hand and make what's his face, Shooting Riser, and then Clown summon back, and then you can mill one for this. You don't get to use the Shooting Riser effect, but you get a speeder play out of it. And also this chain blocks if you normal summon it and then like Synchro Overtake into speeder. You can go chain 2, chain 1 speeder, and then special this back for another non-tuner body that's not, you know, trail off of Illumination. So yeah, that was very good. The Clown was definitely clutch as hell. The way that I kind of looked at it, beyond even just the utility that it provides, is this is almost like a less bricky Tengu. Because you think about it, Tengu is trying to give you like free non-tuners, but it obviously makes you play more main deck slots, where this only gives you 2 bodies if you normal it, but it still is kind of the same, you know, idea. It gets you back that level 4 body, which is good for like getting into Librarian, which is why Tengu is so good, because Tengu opens up a lot of Librarian plays, and also it's just an advantage machine. But my problem with Tengu is a lot of the time, whenever you're comboing with Tengu, sometimes you won't even have room for like the last one or even the second one. So you get to miss out on that. And also it can be cloggy when you have to play 3 of it. So yeah, the Clown was definitely better. I'm very glad that I played it. Thank you, Jad. Oh yeah, and the line with Rev and Right is, you know, Right into Faithful into Griffin, and then you make Baron, and then you mill one special back, make Speeder. So you get the very like super early Baron, which is also very good. Yeah. Anyway, double small world. I only played 2 because every time I went back to 3, I would just open multiples, and like this card obviously has problems. Like it's like clearly it's here to like boost consistency, which is like important and all, but the problem is whenever this actually resolves, you're gonna get into combo. But now if you get hand trapped at any point after small world resolves, then like it just hurts way more because you've negged one. You're down a card. So yeah, like while it is important, I found 3 to just be pretty bad, to be honest. So 2 is perfect. I did open it a few times. I didn't actually have to use it like ever the whole tournament. I never really even had to use it, so that was, you know, kind of a moot point. But yeah, I liked 2. I thought 3 was pretty bad. I don't even really like small world to begin with, but I just don't have a choice but to play it in this deck. And then to the non-engine, this was perfect. I wouldn't change this at all. Like the main deck stuff was very good. And yeah, like I normaled the droll once and then got out Stardust Synchron. It made speeder that way, so that was cheeky. Droll in the main was really good. The only time that it was bad was when I played against Unchained, and it figures the one time that I draw it in the only really bad matchup, I don't open engine, or rather I don't open combo. So yeah, the Veilers were nice, the Imperms were nice, especially like the fact that you can double Veiler and you can double Imperm is very good. But yeah, there's not really a whole ton to say here. I really like this. 12 was perfect. I opened 2-hand traps a lot. It was very good. And also another thing with these cards is like obviously these are easy side outs. Like there are some matchups where Veiler's bad, so that comes out. That's easy 3 cards. And same thing with Droll against Unchained. It came out, and I put in like even leaves and stuff. Or no, I was going first. I put in cross out. But yeah, the side for that match was weird. It was like 3 cross out, leave 1 Droll in. But anyway, you know, I digress. So I'll do the side because that's kind of more important than the extra. There's only like one thing I want to talk about in the extra. So this is the only card that I wish I did run in my side for the events. These were D barriers. I feel like I was trying too hard to like 5-hit people because I was also siding the crossouts for going first, which is this is just the idea that I stole from Pac. Like in Pac's Inferno profile, he was just like, we sided this just so that like we knew for sure when we go first our combo resolves. But he also did this shit with Yeep and whatever. But you know, I did D barrier in this slot thinking that people were still on D barrier, but nobody was on D barrier. And also dimensional barrier as a 3 of was like an easy side in for like Pearly and Tearlament. It's not like super good against Tearlament, D barrier. Like they can still do like the links and rank 4s, but like their bread and butter is like the fusion monsters, so that cuts off like all of their like main guys. You know, the when they get sent to grave they fuse. So you know, I kind of figured D barrier could be okay. It's just like a kind of a blowout card against those decks. It never actually came up. I literally never drew D barrier. I drew this quite a few times though, and you know, unfortunately, in the last round that I played, round 4, not only did I not have the foresight to leave evenly in with this, but I also could have, like if I had the nibs in, I could have put in the nibs against heroes because it's obviously very good against heroes. And also I could have cross-outed his nib so that I could have made full board still. So like that way the evenly wouldn't have mattered that way either. But yeah, I digress. This was really the only card that I wished I was playing in my side deck. Other than that, I really liked it all. The crossouts were very good. A lot of game 3 situations where this came in, or actually game 2 and game 3 situations where this came in, but yeah, it was good. Fenrir doesn't need an explanation. This stuff for back row and then evenly for the catch-all. Yeah, the side deck was very good. Yeah. So the extra, again, there's really like, this is pretty like standard, like Speeder, Herald, Jet Warrior. I made this once. It was very good. I feel like nobody summons this. This guy's crazy, especially going second, and then he recurs himself later to make Crystal Wing. It's silly. Excel, Librarian. I went into this twice. It was crazy. I drew like 5 cards. Charge. I'm very glad I played this over the Vanadium thing because this gets you a token and the draw is nice as well. And this is really easy to like dispatter back, start a Synchron, and make Baron in like weird combo lines where you can't do the Omega Loop. So this is like the only card I wanted to talk about. I really like don't like this card, but I feel like you kind of have to play it mostly for that Rev line with Clown is very good, but also like what this was the Sword Soul Chengyin guy, the one that's like whenever a card's banished, you banish a card on the field and engrave. I think that's his name. I just like literally never summoned it. It was also originally this, but I never summoned this either, so I was trying different stuff in this slot. But especially with the Clown in the deck, this is very important because Rev Clown is still combo if you play this. And also like in that combo line, whenever you make Stardust Dragon and or Excel Synchro Stardust, when you Illumination and you get out Trail, eventually you can use this to make Omega, which is really good because this plus the token. Because whenever you do the Rev line, you don't get to use the effect. And that's kind of like my problem with this guy is his effect. I feel like it's like super like it's really restrictive because like you have to do it when it's summoned. It can only go down and you can't use the effect of whatever you send, which like kind of like super isn't really a big deal, but the main thing is that you can only go down and it's on summon. That's what's like crazy about Excel, is you can just do this whenever you want and you can go up or down. So there's some lines where you make this with a level 1 and trail and you get the token, and then you can dump Stardust, make it a 9, and you can go for a 10 that way, which is really good. And you don't really have that kind of utility with this card. Really the only thing you can do with this is make Omega with the token, which is fine. Or you can like make this guy and this guy if you haven't done that yet. But yeah. So yeah, the rest there's not really a ton to talk about. Like this stuff's all good. Crystal, I made this a lot as well. Did the hand loop twice. It was really good. Because I don't always go for the hand loop, even though it is crazy. But sometimes I feel like there's more value in making Herald and then equipping Draco back, because I feel like the main problem with this extra deck is there's not enough spell and trap negation. Really all you have is like Barone and Herald. And honestly, the Herald lines are kind of niche. Like you have to like really try to get Herald. You have to like rev back, like rev mill, special back is level 1, and then like get back trail and banish like this batter, special back trail after you've made this already. And you get rid of 1 card, and then you use Illumination and decrease it to make this. Or like start a Synchron and the token, decrease and make this as well. I kind of almost made this Don Dragster before I discovered that like you kind of have to play this because of that line with Rev. But yeah, that's like the main problem that I have with the current build of this is we don't have a lot of like Omni negation, and we don't have spell and trap negation. Whereas before in like older builds when we had Ruler and stuff, still we had this, we had Hot Red, we had Dawn Dragster, and we had Baron. So that was like, you know, that was like insane. That's like a crazy amount of spell and trap negation, and just like multi-coverage sort of negation in your end board. But yeah, there's not really a lot that we can do about that because there's like Ruler's gone, so we definitely don't have access to Hot Red anymore, and there's like no point in playing Destrudo, because that was only like super good when we played like Dawnwalker and Ant and stuff. So it's kind of unfortunate, but overall I thought the deck was very good. Oh, I also made this a couple times and drew a bunch of cards off Librarian. This was good. I see people cut this. This is crazy. You don't need to play a 9. You definitely don't need to play an 11. I think this extra deck is honestly just like perfect. Like this should just be the extra deck. I feel like a lot of people have come to that consensus that this should just be the extra. But yeah, anyway, it's been a long video. I'll quit rambling. I've kind of talked enough. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. There's more videos to come. Like I said, I was looking to pick some stuff up of the event, and I did pick up some stuff at the event, and I have some more profiles that are going to be in the works once I get some testing in with the lists. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.